Hi, this is Tim with American LED Technology. I'm going to show you how to upload content to your LED display using Pluto Manager. So the first thing we'll do is make sure that we're wirelessly connected to AMLED Tech. That's the router that was provided to you upon install. It's the capital one. It looks like this. Once we've done that, we can open up Pluto Manager by double-clicking on it. Wait a few seconds here. And we'll see that we have one sign, and that one sign is offline. Let's switch to offline. But if you see that it's offline or virtual connection, just click search now. Hit OK. It'll search for your sign and find it. Once we've done that, we can create a playlist by clicking create playlist. We'll see a window pop up. And in the top left hand corner is our preview screen. Upon setup, the size is going to be wrong, so you'll want to click settings. Make sure it's selected auto. Click select display. And you'll see your sign, Tim's Barbecue. My size is 168 by 92. We'll click OK. OK. And see that the preview screen changes its size. And we can go ahead and move this wherever we want to on our screen. I'm going to put it right here and maximize this window. And we'll start by putting in some text. We'll click the text button. I'll do free hot dogs. Click on the window here. And we'll see that the size is off. It's way too big for our screen. Because however it looks here in our preview screen is how it'll look on our sign. So in our properties section over here, we'll go ahead and select a font. We'll change its size. And also recommend making it bold. It makes it stand out more. We can also change its name. I'm just going to name it hot dogs. We can change its color. I recommend doing light on dark or dark on light. It makes it stand out. We'll just keep red and black for now. Make sure the alignment is how you'd like it set. I want mine centered. I can also do a transition effect. I recommend doing one that's random. It adds a sense of style to it. Now our effect duration has to be the same as our play duration. Our play duration defaults to 5 seconds. So I'm going to change my effect duration to 5 seconds. You can also change the background here. You can change the character spacing, line spacing. Say we wanted to space it out a bit. You can go ahead and change that. And we can also offset our text. And there we have it centered. We can also add a text effect. We can do suspension or outlines. I'll stick with suspension. And we can also do a border. I like doing a border because it adds a sense of style to it. It attracts more people. So there we have it. Moving on. So for our next slide, we'll click Add. And we want to add a picture or video. In order to add a picture or video, you'll click this folder here. It says File. You'll see a folder on your desktop called Pictures and Videos. There's several pictures and videos to choose from there, but I just have this one, Free Measurements. Give it a second to load. Our border will stay with us, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Using my properties window over here, no border. You can tell it how many times you want it to play before it goes to the next slide. I'll stick with 1. You can change its display ratio. I'm going to keep it to fill because it looks better. You can also do an overlay text. Overlay text allows you to overlay text over the video or picture. I'm not going to do that because I like the text that's on my video. Moving on. I'm going to go ahead and add an analog clock. This is not very common and many of you will not use it, but I'm going to show it to you. Very simple. Our properties window has a bunch of options we have to choose from. We can change a bunch of colors, we can change the font size, the date. We can add a border to it or offset our time. Most of you will use the digital clock. We'll select digital clock, and we can change the static text in the properties section over here. I'm just going to have it say time. Most people know that it's time when they see the time. I'll take off single line. I'll take off the seconds as well. And my play duration, I don't want it to play for 8 seconds, so I'll change it to 5. You can also change the background, the font size. I'm going to make it bigger, but not too big. I'm going to take off this word here. There we go. Now I can make it bigger. So we have our time. We can also change the text effect. We can either leave it off or change it from suspension to outlines. We can change our colors as well, or add a border. And if we see that the time is not correct on the sign, we can offset our time here. Alright, moving on to the next slide here, we'll go ahead and add. And we'll add a countdown timer. And you notice how it's all jumbled together here. It looks like it's counting down in minute, hours, and seconds, as well as days. So we'll go ahead and select our end date here. Our end date is going to be, we'll choose February 28th. There's going to be a big sale that day at 5 o'clock. So we'll go ahead and type in some static text here. We'll just say closing sale. We'll have it count down. We'll keep the days. We'll take off the minutes. We'll keep the hours, because once one day is over, we'll want to see how many hours until 5 o'clock. Take off the seconds. Take off single line, and now we have closing sale. 10 days, 10 hours. I think that's what it says. Make it larger. 28 days. 28 days, 20 hours until the closing sale. Our play duration is going to be 5 seconds. We can take off the text effect, and we can even add a border to it. Alright, moving on. We'll go ahead and do weather. Now, temperature and humidity, the button for that uses the temperature probe that's out there on the display, and it shows up as temperature degrees in Celsius. We can go ahead and take off Celsius and put it on Fahrenheit. We can also have its refresh period set to 5 minutes, that's fine. We can also have it offset. If the temperature is not correct on the sign by the reading of the probe, we can change that here. We can change our font size. We can even take off the word temperature. Typically when people say the degree symbol with the F letter, they know it means the temperature. And we'll go ahead and take off this border here. Just go up to the top, no border. We'll make it large. And we'll take off multi-line. Puts it in the center. Now you notice how you don't see the temperature here. That's because the temperature probe is out there on the sign. So once this playlist hits your sign, it'll show you the temperature from the probe. Alright, we're done with that slide. Now what I recommend using is this button here for temperature. Just click on weather here, because it pulls the temperature directly from the internet. And we'll go ahead and choose our state and city. Right now we're in Florida. And we'll just keep Tallahassee. If you don't see your city on here, give us a call. We'll remote in and add your city. Keep it on, well, we'll change it to single line. And we're going to take off weather, temperature, humidity, wind, and keep the current temperature. That's all we want. But we don't want that word, so we'll go ahead and take that off by clicking text setting, taking out the word current T. Just click OK. And we'll change our refresh period to 5 minutes is fine. We'll also change our size, make it large. Play duration, we'll keep that at 5 seconds. We can add a border if we'd like. And it's 45 degrees in Tallahassee. And we can also add a text effect. Alright, so that's about it for adding the functions to the slides. We can also zoom in on our slide, we can see it large and make our changes. Now let's say we wanted to set a schedule for free hot dogs, because I don't want to give away hot dogs all the time. I just want to give them away on a certain date. So I'm going to go ahead and click to edit schedule down here. And I'm going to run it as specific date. So I'm going to choose my start date as today, January 30th. And my end date as, let's do Friday the 3rd. So this slide will only play from the 30th to the 3rd. After that, it'll just play these. Now let's say you just wanted to do certain times. You can do all day, or you can do hour by hour. You can tell it when you want it to play. So if I wanted to give away free hot dogs in the morning time, I would choose, let's say 8 a.m. Let's do 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. And it'll only play that at those hours until February 3rd, because I have it set to a specific date. And you can also tell it which day to play. Let's say I just want to give free hot dogs away on Tuesdays. Take away all this. And there we have it. Play times. You can also tell it how many times you want it to play before it goes to the next slide. Now I just wanted to have it play one time. Alright, and you can do that with any slide that you have. So now we want to save it and send it to the sign. Let's go ahead and click Save As. We'll save it as Tim's Barbecue. It looks like I already have it saved here. I'll go ahead and save it again. Tim's Barbecue, January 30th. It'll probably ask me if I want to overwrite it. It already exists, so just click Yes. Alright, now that I saved it, I can go ahead and send it to the display. It says it's succeeded. We'll click Publish. And you want to click SD card. You never want to send it to the integrated memory or USB disk. Just make sure you have selected SD card. It should default to that. If it doesn't, just click on it. It'll default to it next time. Now we can click Next. It'll convert our slides and send it to display. Now you should see it out on your sign. And if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. And before you do, just go ahead and make sure that you're on the internet or connected to AMLED Tech, which should be connected to your internal network, which gives you internet. Just click on TeamViewer and have your ID ready for me to remote in. Alright, thank you for choosing American LED. Y'all have a great day.